I am Marlys Malay, and I am an abstract painter, and this is my husband,
Michael Redhawk, and I'm a romantic landscape painter. I call it romantic landscapes, and when we paint landscapes and we make them look a little more than just a photograph. We add some nice colorful things to it, kind of build up the scene. As you can tell, realism and abstracts don't really go together. In fact, most people say that they don't.
and you didn't even like abstracts in the old days.
I never liked abstracts until I saw her work. We were married in 2003, and we took a trip down the Colorado River through the Grand Canyon. And we both did a lot of photographing and sketching and drawing and everything of the waterfalls and everything down in the canyon.
And we talked about how we could put that together in an art exhibit. And so what we did, our first exhibit was my abstract paintings, which would be about 6-foot high paintings in pure abstract of a waterfall, and his would be a realistic painting of the same thing, and we exhibit them side by side so people could see that there wasn't a right or wrong way to interpret the canyon there. It was my way and his way.
Yeah. Well, the idea was we wanted to teach people that there was more than one way to view a subject and artwork. So then we got to talking, and we thought, well, wouldn't it be great if instead of me painting this painting and her painting this painting, if we could combine them both together in one canvas? And so that's what started. We call them unisons because we paint them obviously in unison. And so we started painting together on the same canvas. When we first started out, we started by bordering the subject.
This one has it.
I'll show you later. We started by bordering my realism with a gold leaf border. And then I stayed strictly within that area, and she has instructions under penalty of death not to cross over into my area. So that's how we started. Later on, we started merging. She would kind of cross over the gold leaf a little bit, or I would expand over into hers a little bit, which was okay. And then after a while, we just did away with the gold leaf entirely. And so a lot of our paintings now we're doing to where they flow from the realism into the abstract, like the one behind me here.
Well, we're letting the abstract be more important in him now.
Excuse
Before,
me?
the abstract part was more of a peripheral vision of what his was, and now sometimes I'm even tricking him because I am starting with a really strong abstract and making him fill in the center, which is really a challenge, to make it fit, especially when I do bright red, which I love.
Right. But if you think about it, the human eye is only capable of focusing in on one little area, and the rest of it is a peripheral vision. And so that's the idea behind our paintings. You have the realism, which people can lock into, but then the surrounding abstract around it is almost like your peripheral vision that is kind of out of focus. You know what it is, but it's not really detailed out for you. And that's the way we try to approach our work together.
Okay, tell me, Michael used to paint just pure, realistic paintings, which had a gold frame around them. But now, when he does that, he says that his painting isn't finished until I get to do my part on it.
Right.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. Yeah. I look at my work now and I say, well, that's a beautiful painting, but it doesn't look finished. I need some abstract around it.
But also with a realistic painter, you had to stop your painting when you got to the frame, and now you don't have to stop it. I continue it beyond.
Yeah.
So it goes on. It's not stopped. It's cool.
So anyway, people say you're a realistic painter and you're an abstract painter and you share the same studio and you still speak to each other. So a lot of people can't understand that. Yeah. But I do appreciate her abstract a lot.
But you didn't used to.
I didn't used to, no. But I love her work, though.
Yeah.
Now, we have a website, marlys.org. And
through the gallery.
Through the gallery would be the best approach. Because all of our work is down here at the gallery. We love the Gallery of Modern Masters.
Yeah, they've been really good to us. Yeah, and Zach's a good man to work for.
We researched a lot of galleries and trying to decide which would be the best gallery to show our unisons. And we didn't want to put them anywhere. We wanted to put them in a really top-notch, first-class gallery that had other artwork that would support our work. And so when we first came down here to the Gallery of Modern Masters, we said, this is it.
Yeah, and we took them, we took them to Las Vegas to Art Expo a few years ago, and a gallery there from New York picked us up. and she's been in business for 35 years, and she walked past our display and said she'd never seen anything quite like ours. So she ended up buying practically everything we took there, which was wonderful.
Yeah.
And we had print companies wanting to put them in print, and we said, because we've seen too much of what the Chinese do to stealing images.
Yeah,
so
we don't want to
We want
see,
to kind of protect it yet, since
we
it's
don't
still a
want
new genre.
Yeah, we don't want to see prints of them in Walmart. You know.
Yeah.
So okay, we're going to say goodbye now.
Goodbye. Thank you.